I'm Jesse.
And I'm Afton, and this is
The Much Podcast.
So excited, guys.
I'm so pumped. We are back again.
We're so happy to be here. So, much moment.
Much moments.
What's your much?
Are you going first this time?
My much moment is I just got back from Hawaii.
So jealous.
And it was amazing.
I'm so happy.
I mean, I got sick for 3 days.
She did. I felt so bad. She's sending me videos and you were like sick.
I was like,
she's like on the struggle bus.
It was like so bad. But hey, it was still great. I mean, what better place to be sick?
Oh yeah.
Than in Hawaii. My kids we talked. It was so funny because we went into it. I'm like, please don't fight. And that was my much moment, honestly, because like it was like we didn't really fight.
That's amazing.
The biggest fight was who got ox, and it was just fun, and it was just a really great time, and it's definitely a core memory because you just don't get that, and
yeah.
you know, like I'm not going to get that back.
Like a good family vacation.
It was
awesome. So my much moment is actually going to be from last night. So we had women's night at our church. So Afton and I both do women's ministries at our church. And we decided to do a night of prayer and worship. And so I had this whole plan. Bailey and I made this whole plan for how prayer and worship night was going to go. And so I had texted the like normal girls like, hey, I'm going to have people go up and pray over certain things, whatever. And literally like out of the 10 girls that I probably talked to about this, like 2 of them was like, I'll be there. Everyone else was like, I'm so sorry, I can't come, I have stuff going on, to the point where I was like, should we even have it at this point? Should I just cancel? Like everyone is so busy. So we went ahead and had it, and there was like 23 girls still there, and it was amazing. Like Holy Spirit just completely like moved. I asked a couple of the women as they walked in if they would be willing to pray, and they just kind of like as it flowed like started praying, and it was just like one of those like moments. I was like I was like I don't even know that my like heart needed that, but like I needed that.
Absolutely.
And it was great. So like just to segue into our conversation today, like everyone was busy, and I was like, do we even need to do this? Should I just cancel? It's not going to work with anyone's schedule. But the Holy Spirit still moved, and there was 20 something of us that like got to experience that. And so it was really awesome.
I always say this too, you know, in ministry, and one of my dear friends says this too a lot. She's like, you just do it anyway.
That's good.
Like, you don't think about it. If there's one there, if it's just you there, whatever it is, like that should never be in the back of your mind. And it's always stuck with me because we don't really cancel. Like we may have to reschedule something because someone's sick or something, but like that's something I've learned over the years. Like, no.
You do it for the one.
You do it for the one, and you just do it. Even if you don't feel like it, even if you're tired, even if you're busy in ministry, you just do it.
That's great advice. I like that. So it kind of segues us into what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
Because Afton just got back from Hawaii. And of course, you come back from vacation, and it's like you need another vacation because you have so much work.
Right.
There's so much stuff going on. You're trying to catch up. She was sick pretty much the whole time she was gone. Then you have jet lag, all of that. And then it has just been a crazy week for us. We had graduation, we had baseball, we had so many things going on, women's night. And I was like, I messaged you the other day and I was like, hey, if this isn't gonna work, if this is like not the right timing, this might have been like Monday or Tuesday, because we were still like, what are we gonna talk about? Like we hadn't fully lined out everything for this. We just set a date. And I was like, I don't want it to be a check the box just for the sake of doing it. Like I want to make sure that our hearts are right in it when we go in to record. And so I was like, if it's not going to be, you know,
fruitful, like if it's not going to be there,
then we'll find another time. And you very quickly was like, no.
I did. I come across a little aggressive, passive aggressive on that, and then I was like, oh, I should have that.
It's totally fine.
No, I just said you're always gonna be busy, and you have to create the space for what matters most.
Yeah.
And obviously, God, family, this is part of our ministry, and we can let lots of things get in the way of it, but ultimately, no, we said Thursday, and we're going to do it Thursday, and here we are.
So we are here, and we are ready to talk
and we're
about
excited.
Being busy. That is our topic for tonight.
And so I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to this, especially myself. But we're just gonna go through some questions that we've asked ourselves, and we would love for you to join in as well. So if you have any pointers, if you have any anything that you want to add to this,
yes,
comment, okay? Because we would love to hear your comments and your encouragement as well. So the first question is, have you ever confused productivity with purpose? And so I'm a very busy person. I like to feel, I feel like if I'm busy, it makes me feel important.
Yeah.
In a way. Like, do you feel that way?
Oh, 100%.
And if you're just not busy, it's like you're not really doing anything for anyone.
I feel like time is so, you can't get time back. And so I feel like if I'm not doing something, then it's the light flickering again. I feel like if I'm not doing something, then doing nothing is not fruitful.
Right. Same with me. And but I feel like that's such a lie from the enemy in a lot of ways. And it's found in obedience, and it's found not just in our output. I feel like it's important to me, but she was talking about a lot of people are if you're type A, which she is type A, and I'm actually more type B, I would say. Yeah. And so for her, it's I don't want to just check a box, and I don't want to just check this box. And for me, I've learned over many years, I need the boxes. Type B people need boxes, okay? Mm-hmm. So for me, for mentally, being able to check something off, even if it's a simple task on my calendar, I'm not saying type A is this. I'm saying the important things.
Yeah.
Step 1, here we go. That is me. So I'm we're going to check off this box. Okay?
Yes.
And I also told her, I said, it's a good thing we did this, knock on wood, because I'm doing some micro needling next week. Just saying. And I was going to be looking all red. So I'm glad that we did it today, okay? God was looking out for us. He does. He has the best interests, He has our best interests.
And he has a way of working things out. Mm-hmm. And it's funny that we talk about checking the box, how it is something that you have to have, because I have to gut check myself a lot with boxes, because I very much operate in productivity. And so it's very hard for me to disconnect. And so I have struggled for years with, I have to gut check myself when I go to do something. Am I doing it to check the box, or am I doing it because this is what I'm called to do? Or
and that's
this
a
is
good
what
point.
I'm being led to do.
As a person, that's a good point, because that we talk about, I feel like we talk about that a little bit, because when the checklist starts to feel like the boss instead of the tool, that's when it's time to pause and listen to what really matters to you. Mm-hmm. And I feel like for type A people, that's huge.
Oh yeah.
And for me, I'm this ain't I am not, I mean, there's certain things, but for me, it's just there needs to be some kind of balance.
Yep.
So for a type B person, it's oh, whatever, so you do need a little bit of that. Yeah. And so, but that is a good thing for people that are like Jesse, because it can become an idol. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Easily.
Very easily. And for me, it's that cycle of when I start feeling weighed down by the to-do list, I know that's the gut check for me. That's time out. So at first it wasn't ever like that. It's taken me years to get to to recognize the cycle. But when I start to feel the weight of the productivity list, I don't want to ever say the weight of the purpose. Like you are called to do certain things. You're sometimes called to many things.
Right.
But when it starts feeling like work instead of heart posture, instead of like a purpose, like this is what I need to do.
Right.
Then I can recognize now I'm on this cycle and I'm like, okay, time out. Why are you stressed? What are you trying to do? If I'm saying, like, if I'm doing something new now, I have to recognize, is this because I'm being called here? Or is this because I feel like I'm not doing enough and I need to do more? So that's always something that I have to be like very
careful,
cognizant of. So when I had the conversation for you, for me was like, we just have so much going on and we're so busy. Like, are we just checking the box? And you were very quickly like, no, we said we were going to do it this day. We need to do it this day. Like, we have to be accountable to each other, but also to like what we're being called to do, which is to make a podcast. And if we keep pushing off,
I'm like,
actually doing the work, then we're never going to get anywhere.
Exactly. And I also think too, like for me, as the type of person I am, I dream a lot. And so I have all these things that I'm doing, but I was to the point in my life where I was procrastinating and not getting them finished. So that's where that checklist comes in.
Yes.
It's like, oh, I'm being productive when I check the box versus I'm not really being productive because I'm not really getting any of it done. I'm starting something, but I'm not finishing it. So that's where that comes in. It's
very interesting. Yeah. We're like on completely different spectrums with the boxes.
But I'm learning as we go, and I think it's going to be great. So we are going to look at the story. So it's, how does the story of Mary and Martha in the Gospel of Luke speak to modern busyness? And so I'm just going to read we're going to go to Luke 10:38 through 42, and it says, as Jesus and the disciples continued on their way to Jerusalem, they came to a certain village where a woman named Martha welcomed him in her home. Her sister Mary sat at the Lord's feet listening to what he taught. But Martha was distracted by the big dinner she was preparing. She came to Jesus and said, Lord, doesn't it seem unfair to you that my sister just sits here while I do all the work? Tell her to come and help me. But the Lord said to her, my dear Martha, you are worried and upset over all these details. There is only one thing worth being concerned about. Mary has discovered it, and it will not be taken away from her. So,
this is such a great example, biblical example of, like, I'm a Martha. It's like my spirit.
I'm not.
I am very, very a Martha. And so I have to practice the Mary. Like, I have to, like, make myself practice the Mary. Like, sitting, resting, like, truly, like, getting in tune with God's presence. Like, that is hard for me because I feel like I have to be doing something
for them.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing something for them. And me, I'm the complete opposite. Like, I want to just sit and listen. Like, I want to sit and talk to you. Mm-hmm. Like, and that's what I do a lot of the times. Like, I have a friend that's a lot like you. And so when we're out and like, or when we're like have a get together, like, she's in cleaning, doing everything, putting everything up, and I'm like, why is she doing this? Like, I'll do this like in a couple days. Just kidding. My husband will do it in a couple days. It's fine. Just kidding, honey. Anyways, but no, I'm being serious. Like, I just want to sit there and talk. And like today, I was we had a church outing, and I was a bus driver, and I don't want anyone bothering me. I just want to talk to people. Mm-hmm. Like, I just want to connect with people.
Yeah. And
that's good though.
Yeah.
Like, in both ways.
Yeah,
in both
absolutely.
ways.
There's been some times where I have specifically struggled with this, and a lot of times it comes up with my husband, because I have been, like, I'll tell you about one time where, like, God called me out. But I was in the kitchen, like, cleaning up after dinner, and I see him. He's sitting on the couch. He's resting. He's watching a TV show. He's just living his best life. And I'm like, why am I always the one that has to do the dishes and has to sweep the floor and do the laundry and clean? Like, I don't have time for any of the things I want to do, like have quiet time or go read my Bible right now. Like, I don't have time for that because I have this list of 15 things that I have to get done before it's time for bed. And it's this struggle all the time. And God was literally like, you're the one holding the broom. Like, you know what you should be doing, and you're the one putting these other things in front of it. He's like, just the Martha has to stop, and you have to be like, yeah, sure, cleaning the dishes, that's important. Like, that's got to get done. But is it more important than, like, my heart being discontent right now and needing to just steal away time with the Lord?
That's so good.
Yeah.
And for me, it's the opposite. I need to be
so funny.
I need to be a little bit more like that. But I like it. Martha, like you said, you're doing good things. Mm-hmm. It's not like you're not being productive and attentive. But I feel like that's what a lot of people, like Martha, they are like in culture, and just like you, it's about performance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, like, and it's about getting to like wherever we're trying to get to, which is really not in the realm of what will ever be.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
And so the deeper message is that the purpose is not found only in productivity. Sometimes the better portion is slowing down enough to listen, rest, pray, reflect, and reconnect with what actually matters. So Martha's gifts mattered. Hospitality matters. The warning is about when busyness begins to crowd our peace, intimacy, or inner alignment with God.
And it's so funny too, because last night, like the night that I was contemplating Women's Night, the subject of the night very quickly turned to peace. It was just like all of these things that we're carrying and trying to like hold on to and control, and like, and for me, a lot of the to-do list is like, these are the things that I can control. And so I feel like those are the things that I need to do. And our whole conversation last night was just like, when you give it to God, you have the peace that surpasses understanding. And so it's really that like transitioning from the Martha to the Mary, like there are things that have to be done and they are important, but what she's doing will never be taken away from her, because she's going to have this peace that surpasses
so true.
any of the
enemy is going to come. The enemy is going to do whatever he can to come against that. And how often do we compromise our spiritual? You know, if you look at your day, how often are we compromising our spiritual relationship with God, our growth, our spiritual whatever walk that we're in with God? Like, what are we compromising? Does it really matter? Does that thing matter?
In the grand scheme of
No.
eternity, no, it's not. Like,
And
how clean my house is never going to matter.
Right. And like, I think too, even good things can get in the way of that. Like, because I do lots of good things. You do lots of good things.
Yeah.
Even for my kids, like, I don't want to miss this, and this. Well, guess what? There's some things that I'm going to have to miss because, you know, I have a call in my life and they have a call in their life. And they're going to have to learn to walk in that calling too without me. And so, yeah, I want to be there for them, support them, but I don't need to be there every step of the way. They're going to see me doing the things that God's called me to do.
Yeah.
And that's going to be encouragement to them.
And that's going to have such a longer lasting effect than seeing you be busy all the time. Like with things that are seemingly unimportant. We'll say seemingly because,
exactly.
So how do you say no to good opportunities when they compete with God's priorities?
Okay, so this one's really hard for me because I hate saying no. Like, I despise the word no. Right now, we have a 2-year-old living with us sometimes, and that's his favorite word. No. So I've just started saying yes. But I don't like telling people no. This week, I actually had to tell someone no, and it like broke me because it wasn't aligning with my schedule. It just didn't. And I've came a long way, but I've still got so much like to go. And saying no to good opportunities gets hard because you start believing that every good thing is ours to carry.
Yeah. Yep.
And I think I preached about this one time, and this changed my whole look on the word no. And that is, a no now doesn't mean a no forever. And I just like that, like totally like, because I'm a person, I have like total FOMO, and I like to be doing things, and I like to be in everything, and I love to that's just my personality. And if I'm not, I don't feel like myself. And so having that, well, guess what? I might have to say no right now to you, but just ask me in a couple like years, and then maybe I'll be able to say yes to this.
I'm like silently chuckling over here because my husband, I told him this term because he loves saying no, and he loves having an excuse to not do things because he likes being at home and he likes having some rest time. And it's called JOMO, but it's the joy of missing out. And so I am like, you are a JOMO guy. Yeah, he's like, I have no fear of missing out. This is a joy to be missing out.
Yeah, that would be my husband, I would say too. Yeah.
So funny.
For sure. But I do feel like that is the hardest thing for me, and that is why I am so busy. But go ahead and I want you to go ahead and talk about that for a minute, because I will have something.
So I feel like the no's get easier the busier you are, because you literally don't have time. The limiting factor is time. I'm like, I don't have the time or the capacity to say yes to these things. And so when your schedule gets so packed, you really have to start evaluating, like, okay, if we say no to this, or if we say yes to this, what does that look like? So Griffin really wanted to play basketball this year, and I'm like, we're in baseball, like we don't have time. And I was like, let's look. And it was literally 2 weeks of practices and 4 games. And I'm like, I think that I can commit to that. I can't commit to 3 months long and practices 4 nights a week and Saturday games. Like, that's out of the realm of things for me right now. But we looked at it, we evaluated it, and I was like, okay, I think we can commit to that. It's not very long. It's just a couple games. He really wants to play. So we said yes. And then my husband calls me and says, there's a wrestling camp this summer. And I was like, no. And he's like, but you didn't. I'm like, nope. You didn't even let me tell you the dates? Nope. I'm like, I'm telling you, we are too busy. And he's like, well, let's just talk about it. And I'm like, I am a no. It's a no for me.
It's a
like,
no-go.
We just have too much stuff going on. So it makes it easy to say the yeses and the nos, because now I'm very, like, I don't want to use the word like covet, like, but I hold that, like, time is sacred to me now. I'm like, like, I need time at home. I need time to rest. I need to spend quality time with my family, not just rushing around with them in a car somewhere. Like, and so that, it makes you very conscious of the yeses, because you're like, we're taking away time.
Well, and I also think too, since we're on this topic too, like, so for someone like me who loves to serve and to help and create and do all these things, a no seems kind of selfish to me. Yeah. Like, I'm like, and I think that's such a, like, I don't feel like that is portrayed, like, because some people will make you feel
make you feel bad. Like, I can't believe you went and say yes to serving.
But I love this. Boundaries are not rejection; they're stewardship, which kind of goes
so good.
into our much.
Good.
How are you stewarding that? And to me, I don't steward that well.
Yeah,
and that's something I've had to get better at, and I'm continuing to work. Every yes you say yes to will cost you something.
Oh yeah, and that's so good too.
And so whenever you're saying yes to something, it's going to cost you. What is it going to cost you? Is it going to cost you time? Is it going to cost you energy? Is it going to cost you peace, presence, family, whatever that is? So the question becomes, whenever we're asking that, is, does this align with what God is asking of me right now?
Yeah.
And that's the question you need to ask.
That is the gut check.
Yes. And so you should not say yes or no because yes because you're feeling guilty. All those things. If you're feeling guilty, you're afraid that you're going to disappoint someone. It's just, that's not. Yeah. That's probably a red flag right there.
Yeah, and I think that's a respectable no, when you're like, I've prayed about this and this doesn't align for what God has prioritized in my life right now. Like, that's an okay no. And I feel like there are selfish no's, so just like, nah, I'm not doing that. But I feel like if you're prayerful and intentional about the yeses and nos, that he'll answer those for you. And I have this analogy. My really good friend Joni, one time I was talking to her and I'm like, I just keep praying that like God will just make my plate bigger. Like he'll give me more capacity. He'll make my plate bigger and I can handle all of these things. And she's like, time out. She's like, you are coming to God with all these things already on your plate, asking him to squeeze more stuff in there. And she's like, instead, you should be coming to him with an empty plate.
Oh, yeah.
Saying, what do I need to put on the plate?
That's good. That'll preach.
Yes.
What I thought was funny too when I was thinking about no's is honestly, most people who struggle saying no are usually the same people everyone depends on. Like, if you're looking at it,
that is so true.
It is so true, especially in ministry.
Oh, yes.
Yep. Or if you look at it, if you have your kids. I mean, I'm not saying this, but like most of the time, the kids are going to come to me. Dad's going to be a second choice.
Yeah.
You know, like they're going to come to me first and ask me first.
Yep. Or even like kids organizations, like how many sports that I'm on the board or whatever, and it's like, well, they asked me and they needed help and I didn't want to say no. But it's like you do say no and then you're like, oh, this is a train wreck. We're gonna have to I'm gonna have to help you because this is not going well.
Well, and that's another thing. It's a control thing. Like it's like, which I feel like there's a saying that I feel like Pastor Poe says it sometimes, like if they can do it whatever percent, I don't remember what the percent is, let them do it. And so that's
great advice.
That's been really helpful to me because it's like, okay, if they can do it whatever percent that
We're gonna say like 50. If they can do it,
I think 50%. It was more than that, but I'm all for 50. Like if they can,
lowering the standards. Okay,
if they can do this job 50% as good as what you could do, let them do it.
Just let them do it.
And it's true. And so I definitely feel like that is that's a healthy way to look at it right there.
Yeah.
Guys, if you like this much episode, we would love for you to like, subscribe, share, all the things.
Comment, give us some love. Yes. Because we enjoy making these for you and we love to hear your feedback.